In this video, I'm going to show you the 3-step plan plus a bonus to make sure that you're a dominant listing agent. All right, my name is Darren Langille, and I put out a video for you guys every single week with some tactical takeaways so that you can deploy this right into your business. Let's get going, shall we? All right, the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the power of listings as a whole anyways. See, in order to succeed long-term in this business, you need to develop your listing-based business more and more as time goes on. Listings equals long-term success. It's pretty clear. It's a pathway. It's an equals. And for many of us listening, you're trying to figure out how that will be for you in your business. But I think agents are missing a great opportunity, not just with the listings and their sellers themselves, to wow their sellers, to show them that they're treating this by more than just a transaction, but to wow the neighbors and thus creating opportunities within your business. The opportunities come from selling the home and successfully leaving your clients with this incredible perception of you, but also wowing the neighbors in the community around this person is the choice for me, right? All arrows should start to be pointing towards you wearing the crown, listing domination. See, what happens here is we know throughout our careers, the markets swing. They mark from sellers market, like where I sit, to buyer's market, where a lot of people that I know I coach sit, and they go back and forth throughout your career. But what happens is that pendulum goes this way and goes that way, goes this way, goes that way. We find that agents commit a little bit for a while around listing domination, and then when things heat up, they soften up because they think things are moving so fast, so they let go of some of the best practices away. My suggestion for you to maintain listing dominance so that you're not only succeeding with the homes and you're selling them, happy client, right? Reviews and all that good stuff, but you're succeeding to generate more of these home sales off the backs of every one of them. This would be the golden nugget. See, our listing process should not swing like the pendulums of the seller's market to the buyer's market. So my suggestion for you is for all of us to adopt a 3-phase or 3-stage listing launch plan. This alone, your marketing plan, when asked, if you say, hey, thank you for the question, I have a 3-part or 3-phase marketing plan for my listing, will differentiate you between all those other agents that come in to say, would you like to hear what I'll do? And they'll say, this is my marketing plan. So we're going to start with every single one of you leaving today is going to develop your 3-phase plan. This will improve your conversion rates at appointments, but in practice, it's going to help you sell more listings and be more confident that the value you bring is legit. It becomes proof over promise. So what does this mean in practice, friends? In practice, this means your listing launch plan is not one and done. It's not one and done. I create a launch. This is what I do for you. It's not at all. I want you to come up with something that is more robust than this, that shows that you're taking leadership and that you're guiding a system and a process. When you are given the opportunity to list, you're helping somebody through their largest life transition, and you should feel a little bit of weight on your shoulders. In doing so, you just need to have a system or a process that you follow, not just a one and done thing. See, to do this, you need to take the lead, you need to act like a hired pro, and you need to slow it down to maximize the opportunities that are available to you and maximize the rewards for successfully selling at top dollars and in record timelines. So this 3-step plan, we're going to go through it now. All right, step number 1, I'm going to call it the intrigue phase. The intrigue phase for us in this business is kind of like your coming soon or your pre-market plan. Intrigue, I love it because you're using kind of a sexy word. And when you tell your clients that you're using intrigue, this is a section of your face, section of your marketing to build buzz, to create buzz, to create urgency, to create interest. All of this should be part of the messaging. So in order to build kind of like your real estate Parthenon, this really, really big, robust plan, what you want to talk about is we're going to dress you up so that we can take you out. And that's what intrigue is all about. I always use the analogy of like getting dressed to go to a ball, right? And you've got this incredible awards banquet that you're going to, and you're going to put on your tux, or if you're a girl, you're going to put on your great gown and you're going to get all dolled up. That's what we do in the intrigue phase. And you want to paint this storytelling picture to them that this is our journey through preparing your home for sale. Whatever you do from terms of a preparation, staging consults, accessory consults, whatever you're going to do to pre-market the home, right? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to tell? Do you have leads within your system? Do you have agents in the neighborhood? Whatever this kind of going to market plan in the intrigue section is something you need to bring in to this listing domination plan, this 3-step plan to mastery. Now, in this short video, I can't go through all of the things that I would do for you, but just let's think about this just off the top of our head. If I would walk you through the 3 phases of how we market, one phase would be digitally. So like, what are we going to do from an email standpoint? If you do something like I have an email list and you send it to them, this is part of the phase, right? What about traditionally? If you are going to, walk and talk to 30, 40, 50 neighbors, tell them that this is what you're going to do, and you're going to go do that, right? Socially, in the pre-marketing phase, in this intrigue build, what are you able to do? Are you going to create a teaser video, right? Are you going to do a live at the property after you've walked out of the listing presentation and you're excited? Are you going to do a series of like lead up to the launch in your organic social media? What are you going to do in this intrigue phase that can just kind of chunk down the things that you do as a listing dominant agent? If you can get that across and come up with your checklist for step 1, you're going to be far above where you were coming into this video, and then far above most of your competition who's not doing really anything other than, put a sign on the lawn. Okay, this brings us now over to step 2. What do you think step 2 is? Well, this is the actual launch. Step 2 is the launch. And I like the word launch because it's suggesting like the space shuttle, or we watching SpaceX every other week these days, launching something. It's intriguing, it's big, it's powerful. And that's what your listing launch truly is. So the goal with this is to make them feel special, that there's a lot of energy, there's a few moving parts to this, and that you need kind of your bullet point plan again that picks up where you left off in the intrigue phase around your social, digital, and traditional means. If you can come up with this, detail this, bullet point this, but then present it to your sellers again. This is phase 2 of my, systematic 3-part marketing plan. You are again painting the picture that you know what you're doing, is strategically designed, and there's multiple layers to this multi-channel approach: social, digital, traditional. So if we did detail this out, this would be things like, when we launch, I change that coming soon rider to the custom rider for the property address. Every listing I take, I create a custom URL for your home. Your home gets a single property website custom to you, Mr. Seller. It's with this listing, I can track this site. I can track the data, the details, the specifics about yours. And I'm going to report this back to you. When we go to launch, we're also going to go back out, invite the neighbors to an open house. We're going to leave 50 flyers behind. We're going to engage conversations with the neighbors. I'm going to reach out socially now that I have the complete ad set. I'm going to create Facebook, Instagram ads, and I'm going to do videos. Whatever this is for you, this is your launch plan that then picks up off of your first one, your step 1 intrigue plan. Again, if you can do this, you're going to separate yourself from the rest, again, in the dialogue, but then also with your execution, right? The goal is to separate and to lead. All right, so what would be step 3 now? If the launch goes well, it's likely an intricate. It starts from the coming soon section all the way probably through the first week or 2 on the market, right? This is where all that buzz that you created has now landed, and you're hoping it's received really well by the marketplace. But as we know, Some markets are slower than others, and it might take a little bit longer to sell. So step 3 has to be, you need a plan for your ongoing marketing. Because this is one of the biggest things and objections and frustrations with consumers is they feel very well taken care of at the beginning. There's a lot of moving parts. But then as time goes on, they feel like their agents ghost them a little bit. And in practice, most agents do, because they don't have a lot to sell, they don't have a lot to say, and they're just hoping and praying that a buyer comes. So your stage 3 is letting them know in ahead of time that this could be the case. We could do all things right, and it may take a little bit of time to sell. But Mr. and Mr. Seller, in step 3, I want you to understand that ongoing, there's a continued level of things that I'm going to do for you. And just, again, define this, right? I like to call this, if intrigue was about creating the buzz, right? Step 3 here is all about maintaining it for whatever we can. And as we know, it's going to get slower, which means we need to kind of like show our expertise. We need to bring communication to the forefront, and we have to start addressing a lot of the things I talked about before and carry this forward to keep giving them the confidence so that as the listing does take longer, you as the chosen one continue to stay high on the threshold, high on the list for them being a knowledge broker and the right choice for you. So what could be your ongoing maintenance, your continuing the buzz? This might be as simple as, every, 2 weeks, you're going to host an open. Maybe that's the case. Maybe you're going to run $1 per day set of ads. Maybe you're going to reach back to agents for feedback. And you can see this is very much off the top of my head, but if we're going to do it, we have to share it. That's the goal. Do it and share it. And again, you versus the rest, who at this point are sitting on their hands hoping and praying that something good is going to happen with their listing. See, what you need to do is find your process that works for 1, 2, 3. You need to clearly define it, and you need to create those lists for you. This becomes how you become a dominant listing agent, how you win more listings, and then how while you're going through the process, you do survive this path to the point of ultimate paycheck. Now, I mentioned that there'd be a bonus here at the end. And what would be this bonus plan? Well, everything we've talked about so far is about delivering value to the sellers, right? And along the journey, you're going to be meeting a lot of contacts, right? The goal for you is to, of course, sell the home, right? Make them happy, get the successful result. But at the end of the day, the hope is all of these 3 phases are continuing to bring people into you. And if you're capturing them well, you're building more contacts off the backs of this successful transaction. You're really set up well to monetize the listing-based business and creating more for you. So what would we do here as a bonus? Well, there's going to come a time that you're going to get into contract, right? You're finally into contract pending in my market, or you might be into escrow and you're going through the process. Either way, the home is now tied up. Now, at this point, you don't need to truly serve the client anymore because you're doing everything you've got and you've done everything you can to get to contract. You're working through the motions and you're going out there to just, again, continue to pull the deal together. But there's a phase here that we can use to create more contacts. So again, I call this like the under contract plan. And if you really like the area you're working in, if you'd like to do more business, what could you do here during this period to then re-engage more people that you've talked to in the past, maybe reignite some backup offers, or maybe reignite conversations with people that you've met along the journey that have showed the house, maybe passed on it. Now you bring them some good news. Maybe there's homeowners in the area that were keen, that came to the open house that now you could follow up with to have future conversations about this new price that has been hit in the neighborhood, new equity that's been likely realized for everybody. There's a conversation and a set conversations that you can do post contract. So this contract escrow phase, while you're marching towards firm deal all the way to possession day, gives you this extra opportunity to chase some more. Now, for you as a listing dominant agent listening to this video, if you put a lot of action into 1, 2, and 3, and this succeeded with the deal, but got contact record after contact record, you could see how a strong strategy with a systemized process could develop a lot of real estate conversations for you. If you piggyback this with the under contract plan, you can really imagine how being a listing dominant agent is the vehicle to more and more listings for you as you go. 3+1 builds your successful, confident, listing-based business plan over and over again. My hope with this simple video, this little breakdown, it gives you all the confidence to go chase your 1, 2, 3+ bonus plan to drive listing-based business and listing-based deals into more and more and more for you. Thanks again for watching. Comment at the part that you like the best. Share this with your team or the other agents that you could work with to develop yours. And I'll see you on the next one.